gifted this instrument on the big island of Hawaii by a person that played it. Yeah. Now it's a big responsibility. Why? Because you're going to be loud. So we'll get you guys in the rhythm, you know, because it's important that we all feel like we're together in the rhythm, right? Let's see who else needs this. This is a little drum. Bigger? Do you want to play a big drum? The only thing about the house is actually doing a ring. Is that okay? Want to dance? You're going to have to be careful because this is a goat skin, so you can't get hit by like this. I'll have to show you how to play it too. This is one of our really good ones. And let's see. Do you want to back this one? Okay. This is another thing if somebody just wants to. Anybody? Any takers? Nancy. Okay. This kid it really is from Senegal. It really is a real djembe from Senegal. Hand carved and everything. Okay, so here is a frog. Any takers of the frog? You want a frog? Now I'm going to tell you that we can trade around. Okay, so once everybody's played a drum, we can pass the drums to the What was it? You've seen the frog? You've done that before? You've seen the frog? Okay, now here's another loud one. What do you call that instrument that Marianne has? That's it's called a frog. This is a block, a wood block. Anybody? Anybody? Who doesn't have an instrument?
Come on, Ken, get in there, Ken.
Yeah, and then you just kind of Who else? Anybody that's in here that doesn't have an instrument want one? Raise your hand if you yes.
Come on.
Are we good?
What do you got? You got one that's amazing.
I got you some maracas. Oh, you like it?
As long as it doesn't make a lot of noise.
I really like it.
They're good.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
I have room, guys. I got my old bird.
You want this? Well, you guys can trade around. You know what I mean? Like, and here's another tambourine. You can play it like this too. Yeah. More like that. You know what? You don't have to play it, but here it is. In case you get inspired. And then the last one, if there's anybody that needs it.
Oh, that's cool.
That's very cool.
That's good for her.
It does. It make you gotta turn your wrist like that, right? So anyway, that's there too. If one somebody needs it. Now, if you have this djembe, that's what this is. This is a djembe. Can you say djembe? Djembe. Djembes are from West Africa. Okay. It's basically they're carved, hand carved, with lots of cool designs. And then this is a goat skin. And Matt, he is a person who knows how to put these skins on. Now some of them, like this one here, this is like a djembe, but not really from West Africa. It's in the style, right? This is an ancient one. It's been around our family for a long time.
What about this drum?
That drum is from Africa as well. Yes, and so is that one. That was from Ivory Coast. So these are called doon-doons. Did you say doon-doon? Doon-doon. All right, doon-doons. These are also from West Africa. And these play the song of the rhythm. Right here.
Suzanne, right here.
You got one more person and one more instrument. And she goes, perfect. I saw with several people signed up, so I'm back.
We have a professional recorder.
Okay. So you can just like hold it and then just turn the handle. There you go. Perfect. Okay. All haven't heard my spiel already, I'm Stephanie Cussmer. This is Matt Farrow, my partner, and this is Freddie Sal, our good friend, who helps us sometimes with our drum circles. And we are Earth Rhythms Healing. And the reason why we call ourselves Earth Rhythms Healing is because when we all drum together in rhythm, we're healing ourselves, we're healing our planet. Because it doesn't matter what our backgrounds are, what our religion is, what our color is, we're all in the universal flow of rhythm. So what our job is to hold the beat down for you while you feel the rhythm. So I'm going to give you a couple hints if you have a djembe on how to play it, because you have a djembe, and if you decide you want to try something else, you just let me know. Because one thing with these is you have to hold on to them with your knees. Now, if you don't push it a little tiny bit forward, what happens is you can't hear it. Look at that. So you have to just ever so slightly tilt it. And yeah, kind of hug yourself, hug it with your feet and your legs. And then, so basically what you're doing is bouncing your hands, not too hard, you're not slamming your hand, you're not holding it there, you're bouncing here. Like a basketball. Come on, everybody bounce their thumb like a basketball. If you have a rhythm instrument, bounce your thumb, bounce your rhythm instrument. Now do the goal here. never hit a membrane before, it might hurt just a little because it's kind of like you're slapping skins, right? The idea though is you're bouncing off. So you're bouncing. Like a bounce. Instead of hitting, you're not hitting because when you hit, what happens is you stop the vibration, right?
Yeah.
Like if you just do that. So it's more of a, almost like your hand is like a mallet, right? Like a mallet. So everybody's going to get a chance to play a drum if they want to. What we're going to do now is we're going to do something where we start with different instruments first, get them going, then we'll add people in, okay? So let's see, we got the frog and the shakers, right? Okay, so here's the beat right here, right? So the shakers are gonna go. Yeah, there it is. So there it is. There it is. Yeah. Okay. Well, can you do? Yeah. There it is. Right. We'll come back to the front. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. So yeah, do that. There we go, guys. Very good. Perfect. Yeah, you're setting the tone. Yeah. Now enough that you can play that. Just kind of your way. Yeah. Alright. I was gonna see if somebody can play. There it is. Yeah! Alright, I hear everybody now. Okay. Alright. Everybody going.
Gilligan's Island was a TV sitcom.
Okay, I do remember that, but
But
why?
they, because on an island, they had all these natives come in.
I got it.
I can understand where I take fire
Gilligan is a skipper, a professor,
Well, so that is something that I mentioned. Right? The native pattern, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna mention before, is that every culture has had drums. Different drums come from different areas, right? Like I was saying, these drums come from West Africa, but like the little Tibetan drum, that's a Tibetan drum right there.
Cute.
That little shaker that you have with the dolphin on it, that came from the Big Island, that's in your hand right now. And that is an ashiko that you have.
The Tahitian.
Oh yeah, that's a Tahitian drum. We got that on the Big Island over there too. We got, that's a djembe, that's from Africa.
It's actually wood on wood hitting stick on wood is considered an idiophone technically.
Not calling you an idiot, just an idiophone.
It's just the idea of two concussion sticks hitting together.
So it's very primitive, and I agree. It does get you moving, right? It kind of brings joy. It makes you want to smile. It makes you feel good when we're all in it, and that is really why we do it.
Some cultures had that more than others, you know.
Yeah, and it helps people like feel connected, right? It's a connection that you have when you're in rhythm together. You're just feeling that connection. So who wants to switch instruments? Like if you played a drum, you want to trade? You want to trade? You want to trade? Okay. Okay. Who wants to play a djembe? Okay, you keep that. Okay.
Come in. You want this? Everybody wants this? I'll switch it.
Okay. Who needs some?
Picture this.
Alright, so I'm gonna come around and play with you guys. I'm gonna put this drum on.
Okay, Stephanie,
Yeah.
we have a performer that can really do this.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Let's
Yeah,
hear it.
Put
Let's
her
hear
out
it.
in the center.
Let's hear it.
No, she'll dance. You'll dance.
Yeah, you gotta come with the, you gotta
Well, yeah, we're telling her that you'll play, but when we start playing, you dance.
I'm bringing this one with me.
Cooster.
He's got rhythm.
He does.
Cooster.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Okay.
This is ours.
You're good now.
Oh, there we go. All right, look at that. A lot louder now.
Yeah.
Well, when it's off the ground, you know, then it has a chance to vibrate. So one of the things about rhythm is timing, right? So there's everything is based on 4 beats.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, right? You've got the downbeat and then upbeat. So it's and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and, right? We also have another kind of timing, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like a waltz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you were to do that, you'd feel like this. like that? I need some water.
You only get a super.
Did you tell us how you got started doing this? I always like to know.
Okay, all right, so basically, I used to go to a lot of festivals, like camping festivals, music festivals and stuff. And I noticed a lot of people were like sitting around a circle playing drums, right? I thought it was so cool, because I've always been a musician myself, like loving music, play piano. Even when I was a kid, I used to play some African instruments. Actually, when I was in elementary school, I played like xylophones and stuff. So I love music, and I always wanted to be a drummer, and my mom wouldn't let me, because she didn't want to hear the drums, you know? She didn't want, I wanted to have a kid, you know, play the drums, and she wouldn't let me. So then I bought a drum, and somebody said, you should start doing drum circles. You should start leading drum circles. I thought of every excuse in the book where I couldn't, because I was busy. And then it just kind of happened where I started doing drum circles. So I created a drum circle called Spirit Jam. And right the night before I went to do the Spirit Jam at my friend's bookstore, I went to a drum circle the night before at Tower Grove Park, and I met him and his friends. And then ever since then, like, we started drumming together, and we really got into and started learning, because there's like drum communities all over the place that play these West African instruments. And when I started to realize, oh, djembe, it's not just a drum, it's a culture. It has, you know, it tells a story. And the main reason that it is called djembe is anke de ankebe, which means to bring community together.
Explain the ensemble part.
So yes, there's also the idea that the dunes, these can be split up, and there's one more. So the papa, mama, and baby drums, and they have bells, so they get played separately. And then also there's usually 2 or 3 djembes, and they play the rhythms, and so each person plays a different part, which is called polyrhythms. But the common thing is the actual rhythm itself. So if I'm playing, let's see, how would we explain this? So he's playing something like he just was, because he wasn't playing the same thing I was, right? But we could all feel the beat and where the beat is, right? So it has to do with that the rhythm is always in the beat, but you're maybe not always playing it. It's an unspoken rhythm that's always there. So some people might be playing on the rhythm, and other people might be shaking around the rhythm.
Kind of like what everybody was doing naturally, really.
Yes, it's a very natural thing. I agree. So, so then Matt and I went all over the country to learn from different drummers, a whole bunch of different masters. And we had masters even come to St. Louis, and we put on conferences.
Like masters meaning virtuoso of the music.
Yes.
Like very highly educated and skilled players.
And a lot of them were from West Africa, and then there's a couple of people that we actually know that were from St. Louis who are of African descent too also. So we really wanted to understand that when you learn the language of this drum by learning the rhythms, that's when you can make the djembe speak. And then you're called a djembe fola, or a person who makes the djembe speak.
Which is French.
Right, because of course Africa was
Colonized by French.
We won't get into the politics of it, but
What's the price of it? How expensive is it?
it just depends. You can get anywhere from, like, that little yellow drum is probably like $75 or something. Yeah, you can get inexpensive drums, or you can get anywhere from something like this that can cost up to $800 to $1,000.
Yeah.
Because this is hand carved out of an African tree. And I actually got this from a guy named Bolakata Kande. I bought it from him. He did a workshop in St. Louis. He's from Guinea. And he was playing this drum, and I was really wanting a new drum, and I said, oh, I love your drum. He's like, oh, you want it? I'll sell it to you. I was like, actually, I do.
You're really paying for the wood when it comes
right.
to the African wood, the West African wood?
It's all one piece of wood hand carved.
Because of how quality it is and how scarce it is. That's why it's so expensive.
This is called, this particular wood's called lenke, and what you're doing is you're vibrating the wood and the skin, okay? So that's why I always say bouncing off the skin, so you're not, when you do that, you stop the vibration, right? So there's 3 tones. It's this one in the middle, then on the edge like that, but you don't hit the edge. You can see where my hands are.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a peace sign, right? And then the fingers open. It makes 3 different tones. Right? Wow. that's kind of how it happened, and then ever since we learned, then I started teaching and doing drum circles, and when I started teaching, I learned more. Because you have to, in order to learn something, you have to teach it. Right. Because then you have to be accountable. Because you're not going to tell somebody else how to do something if you don't know, right? So that's kind of the story.
Where do you purchase drums? I don't remember seeing drums.
So, yeah, so there's a lot of different places. I mean, nowadays people are purchasing drums off of Amazon.com. There's places like, what's the name of the place that we...
Really, there's some specific companies to acquire
the shells.
The actual real African, West African dry part.
There's many levels of it.
I would say Drum Skull Drums is one. Woola is another one.
That's for the good ones. That's for the really high expensive ones. If you were just wanting to try one out and just get one, like you can order them on Amazon. There's also, I'm trying to remember the name of the website where the African people help them.
The Heartland Project?
Heartwood Project.
Heartwood.
The Heartwood Project. They have like $100 to $200 djembes that are really authentic from Africa, but they're not the high-end ones, you know, because it's just like any instrument, right? If you play a violin, you can either get like a Suzuki string or you can buy like a Stradivarius, you know, so it's, yeah. That drum there was like somebody's drum before they got the better drum.
That's American wood. That's mahogany.
Yeah.
American mahogany.
And mahogany is the hardest American wood, but these are more dense. So this isn't as heavy, the Lenke, but like that's a Jala wood. That's also American wood mahogany. Yeah. So Freddie's drums.
That's a Roko, the Ivory Coast.
That's from Ivory Coast, a Roko, yeah. And I think that's from Ghana. That one there.
You have to finish the wood before it becomes a drum.
Well, what they do is they carve it, and sometimes they put on some like stain. Yeah, stuff like that, kind of smooth out and everything. And then Matt actually has these. He's not really doing it right now professionally anymore. He's just doing ours, but he puts on the rope and the skin. It's a lot of work because you have to get it really tight because that's what you're playing. You're playing this stretched skin, and that's how it vibrates. So that's in the Shiko. If you push it a little bit forward, that's actually a little bit tighter. It's got a deep sound. Lower drum, you know?
So it's interesting to see the bass in this different car too. You see some of the different places where you go, the bass is on the drums. Different good car.
Yeah, each drum is unique. Each drum is unique, exactly. Yeah, no, there's not too many drums that are exactly like, some of the more standard ones, like the Ivory Coast ones, those are more typical of carvings. Like mine is a unique carving, and then that one is a really unique carving. Yeah, it's got the stars on it and stuff, so it's definitely an art. That's why they're expensive.
And they're hand carved too. Traditionally speaking, still to this day, it's pretty hard work actually. Yeah.
You don't have any machines to create their patterns?
I'm sorry.
You don't have a machine that does all the...
Like a lathe?
Yeah.
The American mahoganies are done like that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, these are, and yeah, so there's, just to sum it up, there's a lot of levels of the kinds of drums that you can get.
Traditionally, it's done by hand with hand tools.
Exactly.
Starting
It's also
from the
where you
smaller to the longest. They use a longer when you're really in there.
See?
Yeah, it's quite.
It's where you hit and how you hit it. It took me a long time to learn how to do that.
Yeah, they must have had a lot of time to figure that out.
Right,
right?
Maybe a couple of generations worth.
So we're gonna do a little exercise. We're gonna start with a heartbeat.
I have a question real quick. How
Oh, sure.
long is the performance? Like, how long are you playing your drum in one performance? Like an hour and a half, 2 hours? Like,
You mean on your
hand?
hand?
Yeah, on your hand.
Oh, well, you see, once you learn how to play it and you've been playing it for a long time, it doesn't hurt your hands anymore. You know, I mean, we play sometimes in the past, we've played all night.
It can depend how hard we're playing. It can depend how hard we're
Like,
playing.
do your hands hurt the next day or like sore?
Sometimes.
Not really
I mean,
anymore.
if we're not playing
them
for a
and you
while.
don't play.
Yeah, I mean, my pads got really like big. The pads on my hands got real thick from hitting the drum all the time. It's like it's a muscle memory.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why when I do drum circles like this, mainly I do just have people get on the beat. You know, so you can be on the beat like that, or you can go, half it, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You know, or you can even split it like this.
Okay.
What gives it the sound? Is the larger circumference the deeper drum, or is it the materials it's made of, or
It's
combination, everything together?
Which drum?
Well, the larger of the two.
Oh, you remember
drums
these?
is definitely
Oh, yeah.
a
It's
deeper
bigger,
sound,
yeah.
and that's the circumference.
Yes, it's bigger and taller.
The different kind of skin too.
Yeah.
There's another littler one we didn't bring with us. So there's a papa, mama, and a baby. Yeah.
Kind of like on a drum kit, how you have a floor tom, and you have another smaller tom, and even another smaller tom. Well, we have another one of these that's just a little smaller than this one. So you got your high, medium, and low. Low being the bigger one, and the high one being the smaller one. We didn't bring that one. But traditionally, that's where drum set came from. Actually, it was the idea of everything.
So we're gonna play a rhythm called cuckoo, okay? And this rhythm is a 4-beat. This is gonna be like that. That's the beat right there, okay? So everybody get on it. playing the beat, right? You know I'm playing. But you can feel it, right? Yep. You can feel it. You can feel it. So that's how these rhythms are created, is that not that many people actually play the beat. It's more that you can feel the beat. Good job. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know, Matt's really amazing. Let's give him a hand. So I like to do this little trick, and let's see if it works. It's called build a rhythm. Let's see if we can do it. So how we do it, and I'm going to help. I'm going to walk around the circle with my sticks and like show you where the beat is really loud. But then you play whatever you want with the beat. So you can play, or you can play, or whatever you want. You can even go do, you know, whatever you want to do, but the beat's there, okay? So see, we're going to add each person on as we go, okay? Oh, that's cool.
fireball game. That's gonna bother me. Yeah.
Coming from the guy who said he had no rhythm.
I know. Yeah. Playing like crazy.
Oh, I would-
So, does
No, I
anybody
can't
actually
sing.
have any formal music background here? No?
What, how?
Yeah.
Formal, you know, just took lessons or
Like
something?
piano lessons?
Piano.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
How many drums do you have?
Really what you see is what we have, except for that we have another one that goes with these, but we, at a time, I've had, 30 drums. Yeah. You know, we moved around a lot, so there were times when we had a lot of drums and we sold them all, and then accumulated them all again and sold them all again, and, kind of
Are
goes up,
you, are you from St. Louis?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
What part of St. Louis?
I grew up in like Creve Coeur, and do you want to know what high school I went to? Parkway Central.
I went to CBC.
I actually live in Fairview Heights, Illinois right now.
You know, CBC.
But,
Illinois, great.
yeah,
Played,
I like it.
played football when you were there.
So, how much longer do we have?
Well, it depends on, I mean, she has 30 more minutes, but I would say it depends on how tired.
Yeah, how are you all doing? We can keep
One's
going?
passed out back there.
Troops are in out of gas.
I mean, I will admit we did start a little early, but there was
Yeah,
definitely.
so it's up to you
It's up to you guys.
guys. Going or-
We can keep going and.
It's enough?
We gotta go.
Okay, so how about this, those that want to leave can go
It
ahead
kind
and
of
go.
does start to feel
And
like that.
then-
You don't even. Yeah.
Yeah. Chuck up, Lindsay. Thank you, Chuck. Yeah. I mean, if you want, you can say that. Joyce is great.
So if people want to stay, we'll still play. It's up to you. All right, well, we'll leave it up to.
We can be right.
All right, let's keep playing. Right, Beth, you can keep playing?
Yeah, I was gonna let the ones that are ready to go can go, or if you're tired. Oh, yeah, she's been late.
You're welcome.
I was gonna meet with Nita before she.